Let me try to get us together because the way that they have this all set up. So, welcome all to a moment of harmony on our regularly scheduled time of Saturday. We are coming on live later than normal because YouTube was having like no live. It was like we're having a problem going live and giving you all these messages trying to go live, and I was like, oh no, not having a moment today. I am ready for a moment today. I'm ready for our moment on our beautiful Saturday. We are here. The house is getting ready. If you hear any individuals anywhere, um, grace and mercy. Okay, Mama Mercy, Mommy Mercy, because we are getting ready for a soccer game. We're going to do this moment, and everybody's up in here getting all ready to go cheer on my nephew Cash for soccer. Go Cash, go Cash, go Cash. And we're ready. We got our Go Cash signs, and we're all ready to go and support Cash for soccer today. But what else did we gather here to do today? We've all come here together for a moment of harmony, and I am super blessed, honored, excited for us to get into our moments as always. We are in meiotic moments. We are in a whole series geared towards our character and our development and the betterment and improvement of ourselves from the inside out to grow into our better selves as we're continuing to heal and to grow. So yay you, yay us, yay Saturday. Guys, it is a beautiful Saturday. I'm super excited to go and be outside today as when we get done with this picnic style, family style, all the good things that we need for our heart and our souls and our spirits. So good for you. Good for you. Good for us. We're starting it off with a moment. We're going deep inside before we go outside. I love it. Okay. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here, everyone for the support. The moments have been momenting, and I am super, super grateful for all involved. Those that are behind the scenes with your girl and helping me pull it all off and put it all together. Those that support with the messages and the DMs and the inquiries and the just all types of support, the accolades, the well wishes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even to those that come here, because we get a heckler or two here on the moment. Even if those that come here, and they may not be intending to do good to the moment, but guess what? They increase that algorithm, and then someone who really needs a moment gets a moment. That's how it works. That's how divinity works. No worries. Thank you all so much, and again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are in our 21st week, our 21st of this series, 21st law, the 21st law of my eye, which puts us at a halfway point. I don't know about you guys, but I do just feel like we just got started on the meiotic moment series, and time is like, it never ceases to amaze me. I put up a Facebook post not too long ago that I think time is the greatest phenomenon, and I am 1000% standing on that. What is happening? This time thing, what time can do, what time holds, what time reveals, what it unveils, what it creates. I'm honored and humbled by time. But we are 21 weeks in. It means we're at our halfway point, and you guys have done 21 laws of Mayat. We have done them together. We have worked through them together. We have made them practical to our daily lives. We have gone into them to see how they pertain to our lives and how we can be better in them and our understanding in them and our operations in them. Those that we thought we never were connected to or would have anything to do with. And we all have been walking this walk together, and we've been doing this thing together. So big congratulations to the halfway point, to the halfway point. I'm super, super proud of you all. We are 21 laws in to 42 laws. Y'all are going to be some types of experts, okay? When you get done with all these laws, you know what I'm saying? After we've worked through, and the biggest expert we ever want to be is expert on self, right? I don't mean that anybody is out here trying to go out and be, the leader, the teacher, the talker. Those might be in your car. I don't know if that's in your cards. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying that is that the main thing is that you want to be the expert on self. That's the whole goal. That's the master class of self. Okay. We're on law number 21, which is I have not seduced anyone's wife. This is going to be a big one and a juicy one. And I'm super excited to get into this law today. I love all the laws. I always say this. I love all the laws because I love anything about expansion and growing into our highest levels of operation. I believe that we are limitless. I believe that we are boundless. I believe that as we reflect the creator, as we embody the universe, we are just, there's so much that the human brain and heart and mind and body can do that have yet to be fully actualized. So everything about expanding and growing and becoming your highest operation, your highest level and supreme being of self, it excites me. I'm so always so excited about, what you there's a saying, if you're gonna be one of my homeboys used to tell me all this, shout out to Dev, if you're gonna be a monkey, be a gorilla. And I just like, come on, if you're gonna be up in here being a human, you know what I'm saying, you wanna walk a fleshly walk, go on and be divine, go on and be great, go on and be phenomenal, like be an astronomical, out of this world, incredible, extraordinary human. Why not? That's what everybody, some people just listen. If you just want to be good within yourself, I'm not mad at that walk. If you're just saying like, hey girl, I just want to be sane, child, I want to be healthy, I'm not mad at that because I want that too. But I'm also like, if I'm going to walk this fleshly walk, like, can I be the rock star of humans? You know what I'm saying? Like the top model of of creation. And I don't mean like a supermodel, but I mean like the protege, the prototype. You know what I'm saying? Like be the best version that there ever possibly was of me. Of me. I'm not going to say of all people. Of me. Be the best version that there ever was of harmony in every chapter, that I can be the best possible version of myself in that chapter. And that's why I love the moments. The meiotic moments have been my favorite thus far in just learning and growing and being in self. Okay. Those, I always do give this quick disclaimer. Whatever walk of life you're on, whatever spiritual system, practice, religious walk that you subscribe to, whatever it is that you're holding on to that's keeping you sane, that's keeping you righteous and upright, do your thing, okay? I am always going to come from my perspective, just as I would expect you to. I'm going to come from my teachings and my studies and my walk and my enlightenment. And it is going to be on the foundation of my arts, right? Kemetic, ancient Kemetic spiritual practices, cultural practices of self, of of those of us of the diaspora, those of us of African descent. I'm going to come from our spiritual practices, customs, lessons, ways of who we were culturally, who we are today, and our way in GAA too. Okay, shout out to PLM. Now, if you are like, what is she talking about? I don't even know all that stuff she just said. This is the bottom line. We're coming from places of greatness to grow to more places of greatness. And that is what the laws are about. The laws of Ma'at, the becoming better. I always use the metaphor of painting a house that is falling apart. Whenever we are starting any type of improvement journey, any type of growth journey, any type of greatness journey from the outside in, or we're stopping on the surface, or we're keeping our sanity and our growth superficial. And I always am just like, let's go deeper. I believe we can go deeper. I believe we always can go harder. I always believe we can go bigger. I believe we can always be greater. Because I know that I am a spiritual being having a physical experience, which means that the spirit has no limit. All things are possible, all realms of existence, all opportunities, all possibilities, all greatness can be mine. So let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get it. And that's what we're doing here on a Moment of Harmony. So do not ever feel like you have to say things or think things or move in a way that I am moving or thinking or saying. All I want is for you to be in your greatest operation of self. Let me be on up in my greatness. And then let us be great together. Let us be great as an entire population of people, as a collective. Let us be great divine beings, each and every one of us, to the highest extent possible in every moment. Ding. Okay. In every moment. Now, let's get into this moment because we got to get out here and support Mr. Cashington, my little Cashinova. All right. Shout out Cash if you're watching. Auntie, you're gonna win today. All right, so I have not seduced anyone's wife. I wonder if I have any birthday shout outs. I don't know if Matt watches me. I have another coworker named Matt, Mr. Carter. I know Mr. Carter watches. Shout out Mr. Carter. But Mr. Matt Berry, shout out, happy birthday this week. Oh my God, the birthdays. Soul, oh my gosh, Soul Bear, Anani, the godson, the god kids, okay? My goddaughter, they turned, come on now, they're back to back. I know this was like Black Panther week, the establishment or the foundation, I think of the founding of the Black Panther Party, I believe that was on the 15th as well. So shout out to all of that. Yeah, I think I got everyone in. I hope I didn't forget anyone. Thank you all for your love and support always. Love out to my little ones, Anani and Soul. We raising these children up in the way that they should be, okay? And I'm so proud of you guys. Happy birthday. All right. I have not seduced anyone's wife. Let's get into the meat and bones of the moment. This is going to be a really good moment because, boy, oh boy, we live in a society where the term wife is very loose. We live in a society where it is pretty broad. It can be broad. It's not always the traditional sense of what you think a wife is or should be. We live in a society now, especially right now, we're in a time of like the gender wars and the relationship roles, and it's just so much. And I think marriages are down to like 30% now. Like 30% of people get married, as opposed to other times in history where we were up to 90% and then 50%. And so it's like we live in a time of, it's special. Pray for each other. We should all be praying for each other. We live in a special time. So I'm really excited about bringing this law into a concept, a spiritual perspective of today, of right now, that really helps us not only when we think about the sense of marriage or having a husband or a wife, but how we talk about, again, being married to self, how we talk about being appropriate and committed to the higher levels of yourself. Again, nothing against being committed and loving anyone else, but we had another law previously in a Moment of Harmony where I brought up the concept of have I married anyone before I married myself. And so we're going to go into some of that again today when we talk about this 21st law, this 21st week, that I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not seduced anyone's wife. Okay. Now, the first part of this law that had me looking like, when I began to dissect these laws, when I began to go into kind of my study and research phase throughout the laws, things draw me in. I really approach subjects with questions, and then I kind of go into answering the questions for myself based on my experiences, based on my studies, based on my practices, right? And the first thing that stood out to me was that the law said, I have not seduced anyone's wife. It didn't say spouse. So I was thinking, like, why wouldn't it say I haven't seduced anyone's spouse? Because I believe that when it comes to like spiritual or the Christian commandments, there's like, I think it is spouse, or it just is something just like adultery, or it's kind of broad, like on both ends. But this law was very specific, and it said, I have not seduced anyone's wife. And I was like, wow, this is very intentional. And I'm wanting to go into the spiritual significance, into the operational relevance of the wife in this law, because it is a focus. It literally didn't say I haven't seduced anyone or I haven't seduced anyone's spouse. It says I haven't seduced anyone's wife. So let's get into it. Let's get into the juiciness of what this means. Firstly, I want to talk about the significance of the wife. Okay? And I know that we live in this world of like this time where there's all this confusion about feminism, these battles about it. There's these battles about, who's more significant, the man or the woman, the father or the mother, the husband or the wife. And those of us that study Maya understand that there is that everything is in balance, everything is in tandem, everything is in complementary, that the creator has created life for things to function together, for things to be more valuable once they are together. It's just like going to the fast food window and ordering a combo. They ask you, do you want a combo or the thing by itself? Because you can get the sandwich by itself. I know everybody's on this chicken Big Mac. You can get that sandwich by itself, or you could be well-rounded. And I use well-rounded loosely with McDonald's. Y'all just follow the metaphor. You can be well-rounded, and you can get the fries and the drink. And they're talking about. I think that when we are in this society, we have to keep in mind that if things were meant to work together, what is a vacuum cleaner without carpet? What is a bed without pillows, or without a bed with no blanket? Like, we keep getting in this mindset of what's more important and what's the most valuable. And I just want you to understand that, or I want us to all be able to collectively get into the place that the creator never has created anything to be super awesome, like all on its own, not ever work into, even the sun works, or has a partnership, has function and alignment with the sun and the earth. Like, everything is working with things, and all the other planets too, okay, for all my astro cosmo heads, okay. So I want to just go ahead and put that disclaimer out there as we get into the significance of the wife. Now, because I want it to be very clear that I am not saying like anyone is more, she's more important than him, he's more important than her. And, because I'm a woman, I'm just all about the women and all the hard work we do. Shout out to the women and sisterhood, though, because I am a big sister girl. I'm a woman's woman. I love my ladies. I love women. I love us being amazing and extraordinary. But guess what? I am still a queen who honors, respects, and love a good king. Okay, all the kings. So, okay, we're not being biased. I want to go ahead and set the disclaimer. Now, the significance of the wife, right? The significance of the wife, we've all heard. So in many spiritual practice or religious practices, the woman or the wife is seen as she's painted in a great deal as like a sanctuary. And this is how I see, actually, as I have my wedding, like most women, parts of my wedding planned out in my head. There's a beautiful chorus. There's a musical group. They do like spiritual mantras and empowerment, and they have a mantra that they do that comes from I think it might actually be a gospel song, but they do it now. It's like a spiritual mantra, and it's, please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy. It's a very beautiful mantra that they sing out about. And every time I hear that song, I think about wifehood. I think about a lot of people. Good morning, beautiful, beautiful morning. I think about wifehood, and I think, it's a sacred journey. Motherhood, all of these things are sacred journey. Fatherhood, but for me, it's like, please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. It makes me think about wifehood, and it's one of those songs that I'm like, yeah, we're gonna put that in the we're gonna go ahead and put that in the lineup of things, because I feel like it's deeply spiritual. Now, so a number of spiritual practices and religions that put women in these places of like a sanctuary. I know that the Christians often speak about Jesus loved or love your wife as Jesus loved the church. I know that in a lot of the Asian and even like Arabic cultures, there are the sayings about women holding up half the sky. Just putting her in this very powerful place of being a place of purity, a place of redemption, a place of restoration. There's a saying that I absolutely love, and it says, if you give a woman If you give a woman a house, let me say, if you give a woman a house, she'll make you a home. If you give a woman your seed, she'll make you a child, create you a child. And if you give a woman like groceries, she'll make you a meal. And I think it goes on and so forth. But the saying is exactly what I'm saying about the woman being like this sanctuary, this place of foundation, this place of rebirth, this place of sanctity and sanity when it comes down to this perspective of wife on different theologies and in different spaces. Here specifically, especially with the saying that I just said, I think that we're talking about the wife. We're saying like when you give your energy to something that is pure and revitalizing, it will multiply whatever it is you have given into it and produce for you what it is that you need. It will produce for you the the resources needed for survival, for development, for improvement. Okay. Now, when I think about this relationship in that way, I think about man and earth. So when I'm thinking about the significance, and I'm speaking of the significance of wife, of the wife, I'm thinking about man as he is placed on earth, as it operates on earth, and earth as it is its own being, its own life source, its own space. We think about the womb and we think about how it is nurtured, how it is, things are planted. Like we talk about, give a woman this and you get this, how things are planted and they grow, how things are nourished, nurtured, and kept within nature, within the world. And I think about a relationship and a marriage in this way. I think about, I'm speaking of man, of course, being a producer, being a provider, being a cultivator, an agriculturalist. Men go in and they see things as they should be and they make things and they keep everything that is created safe and strong and well. They have a very prominent role. I'm so sorry, y'all. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I have this. My cat likes to get up on the. We don't do any pets on the bed. That we don't do that around here. And when I'm streaming, or even if I'm in a Zoom, and he knows I can't go off on him because I can't be like, hey, get it together. He tries to play me. So I just tried to play him back. It didn't work because he was like, you're gonna have to get ugly in front of people, and I don't want to do it. Okay. I'm not gonna yell at. We have a new little kitty. His name is Moon, and he is trying us a lot. We actually got him on the Supermoon this week, so I'm gonna be nice to him. I'm always nice. I'm not saying I'm mean, but I do have my boundaries strong about my bed. Okay? So going back to what I was saying, I'm thinking about the relationship between man and earth. Okay, man is in the earth. Man plants seeds in the earth. The earth grows vegetation. The earth grows medication, medicine, herbs, healing. So man plants his seed. Man waters. Man protects. Man builds. Man establishes, and the earth provides. And the earth provides based on what is provided and established. Okay. And I think about this law. I have not seduced anyone's wife. And I think about the institution and the sanctity of marriage in this way. Just as a man would go into a garden or a land of earth, water, land, air, trees, all these things, like nature. As a man would go into nature, he puts into nature what he needs nature to provide in order to be safe, well, and grow. And he also creates things that help as nature is moving through its season. So he needs the earth. He needs to live on the earth. He needs to eat off the earth. He needs to grow himself and other things off this earth. But also the earth is going through its own season of keeping, right? Of keeping life, keeping animals, keeping livestock, keeping vegetation, like we said, keeping the forests, and all these things operate within the earth, and they all need a different climate, just like the woman. Or just like the life is demanding of the woman. They all have different. They all need different climates. They all need different. This bird survives better in this climate, and this type of, animal is extinct here but thrives here, or you know what I'm saying? So the earth is constantly accommodating to the needs of everything within it. And it is going through seasons. And what does man do? Man creates. Man gets what it needs from the earth, but the man also creates what it needs to survive all the seasons of earth, because it understands the earth is going to have to go through its seasons in order to keep everything live and well. So it's going to have to rain, it's going to snow, it's going to have to get cold, and it's going to have to get warm, and it's going to have to get hot. And man not only gets what he needs from the earth, but he also prepares himself to be inside of the earth and the needs and the ways of the earth. He humbles himself to the ways of keeping. So he comes in earth to be kept and well, and he also humbles himself when you build shelters, when you wear rain boots. Yeah, he's humbling himself to the ways of being kept. This all seems like a very intricate, because if you're looking at it, it looks like the earth is just here for man. It looks like it's just here for what you need. You need food, I got you. You need water, I got you. You need wood, I have you. You need fire, I got you. It looks like that. But if you look very carefully at the relationship between man and earth, or man, yes, and man and life source, earth, you will see that not only does he get what he needs, but he also nurtures, he also creates, it looks like it is all working for him, right? This is the patriarchal society that we live in. They would have it painted as that everything is working for him. But if you look closely at the dynamic of man and earth, man is actually moving in alignment with earth. Man is actually working under the assignment of earth. Man is getting what is needed, but he is giving what is necessary, and he is creating and humbling and honoring a cycle of giving and producing for everything. So his relationship to the earth not only dictates what comes to him, but it dictates the entire climate. Right? We're in a climate control crisis. We're in many crises as it pertains to, our animals and nature and everything and the way that things are going. But we're in this crisis because of the patriarchal mindset of like, we have established ourselves here. The earth is ours, and this is what we need, and this is what we want, and not respecting the give and the natural give and take of life. And so when I think about marriage and I think about the wife, I am thinking about the relationship between man and earth. Your wife is earth. Your wife is your earth. And as man, you are here to get what it is that you need to live out your life, reach your highest heights of being, grow, explore. We explore the earth. We learn ourselves, and we learn more about life through the earth. Now, when this law, to get all the way back to this law of I have not seduced anyone's wife. So to seduce or seduction has a very sexual connotation to it. It's very much like, I want you and I need you and come. And that's not, Webster, okay, we're not going to say it's all the way wrong. But I want to, in the context of this law, I want to use seduction as pulling anything away from its purpose and its person. When we're using this analogy of man and the earth, pulling the earth away from man. Okay? Pulling man away from earth. We see what that, what I'm saying? This is what happens. Natural disasters and climate control. When we are taking one out of the operation harmoniously, and vice versa. When you start to destroy the earth, or you start to restrict the earth, and there's not access to water or clean water, there's not access to things that are needed. And this law is saying, I have not pulled away from a man what he has invested, what he has planted, what he has cultivated, the land that he has worked to be in unison with. I have not come to be destructive in that. I have not come to be a barrier within that. I have not taken the earth away from man, his livelihood, his survival, his safety, his self-exploration. I have not taken that away from him. I have not come in an attempt to take that away from him. I have not come to con him out of that or to exploit him out of that. And vice versa. When it comes to the earth, I have not come to make the man think, in this law, it doesn't go into this direction that deep, but I have not come to make him think that he is greater than the earth, that he doesn't need the earth. I have not come to separate man from earth, man and land. And this law, I have not seduced anyone's wife, is I have not taken. So I want to break it down in that way, because many of us, especially as ladies, like, we ain't up in here taking nobody's wife. Child, calm down, or even those of us that are wives or have been wives or in the position of wives, like, can nobody come and just seduce me, just come and take me? So I want us to be able to really properly put this in a perspective for this law specifically, so that we are understanding what the ancestors are intending, or what the climate the ancestors are in. With I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not separated anyone from what it is that is giving them life. I have not come to intercede for anyone for what it is that is providing their survival and their resource, that is providing their development and their growth, their sanctuary, their peace of mind, their womb. I have not separated anyone, because listen, when you're a baby, this is why I also think the ancestors specifically use the term wife and not spouse, because babies grow in the womb. They develop in the womb. Husbands also grow in the womb. They develop in the womb. They become greater, grander in the womb. And the womb that you're in is a sacred womb for you, if you see it so, if you treat it so. And for someone to come and say, like, hey, I want to grow like that. I want to be loved like that. I want to see myself, learn myself. I want to be taken care of. I want to be, and to say, like, oh, let me go and try to take that from someone. What it is they are using to become great, what it is they are connected to, their sanctuary. I want your sanctuary. Not I admire it and honor it and want to go create a sanctuary of my own, but I want your sanctuary. And a lot of times, again, to bring it into contextualization to where we are today, many of us are doing that, even as women, not necessarily trying to seduce anyone's wife, but we are going into that energy with celebrities. We're seeing their bodies, their sanctuary. We're seeing, their hair or their makeup, and I want that. We're seeing their lifestyles, or we're seeing what other people have, especially in the time of social media. Oh my God, you're exposed to just hundreds of thousands of images a day, and you're coming into, like, how do I get that? How can I get that from someone, take that from someone, not learn and create for myself, not build and construct for myself, not be motivated, but really to be but for it to be confiscated. And our ancestors are saying, no, don't go and seduce anyone's sanctuary, whatever is making them great, whatever is making them alluring, whatever is making them enticing and productive. And the woman, wow, I love being a woman so much. She is such just the beauty and the passion and the sensational, what is it? There's so many components to her, right? There's so many components to being in the feminine, growing in the feminine, having out of the feminine. And what what this law is saying is that you are not going into the things that are, because she's naturally a seductress. She is naturally, because she has to draw in, she has to lure in. If you ever seen a like a very feminine womanly woman, because this time, listen, in this time we have some different energies going on because of the times, because of the climate, because of the pressure. But if you're talking about a woman operating within the natural beauty of succulence, the beauty and the nature of gentleness, of discernment, of nurturing, oh my God, nothing more powerful. I feel like there's like nothing more powerful than her being everything she was intended to be in it, softly, beautifully, strongly in it, right? And children are drawn to her, animals are drawn to her. I was an educator for many years, and my bestie, she's an educator. I mean, babies that just want to lay on you, come to you, it's, but there's an energy about come into the church, come into the sanctuary, come into the temple, I will heal you. Come into this temple, I will grow you. Come into this temple, I will see you. I will create you. I will strengthen you. I will enhance you. That's the power of her. That's why I love being her. I love being able to heal. I love that there was something that was nothing and then it was inside of me and I became the portal for it between the spiritual and the physical. That I am what stands in between that for life. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors saying, don't take that from someone. Don't take that from anyone. Don't take what that place that they go in to transform. The Superman phone booth. You got to take somebody's phone booth? Don't do that. Don't be up in somebody's phone booth. I have not seduced anyone's wife. And I wanted to just get into the significance because that is a broad, many of us aren't married. I haven't been married for, oh my gosh, has it been 20 years? How old is it? Been at least 15 years, 16 years since I've been legally married. Many of us have taken on spiritual assignments in complementary soulmates, twin flames, or whatever it is that you subscribe to. Many of us have taken on that form and begin to walk in that direction. But when we're not necessarily talking about the legal standpoint of marriage, even though I do think very simply, I don't ever want to look so deep into a law that we miss the simplicity of like, hey, don't take nobody's wife, okay? That is, but I do want us to be able to walk through it in all frames of self, be able to see and build and create and correct self in all the frames. So don't miss the simple point. But on the more complex point, we're talking about that which someone has that is their sacred and sacred foundation, that is a force for their growth, their development, their livelihood and improvement. And you are wanting that. You are coveting that. You are wanting to get that from them, not go and create it for yourself. Not, okay. So, which brings me to my next point, which is seducing the sanctuary, right? So when we talk about this law of I have not seduced anyone's wife, I want us to be able to come into the point of the wife being the sanctuary. This is what what we just established. She is your place of praise towards the Creator. She is your temple. Now, not only is she that for you, she is that for her. She is that for herself as well. And she honors, we talked about the relationship of earth and man, how they honor one another, how they are in need of one another, how the earth does not get to the point where she's so big that she doesn't need man, and man's behavior does not influence the climate, does not influence the health, does not influence the vitality. And that man is not so big and I grow things, I create things, that he doesn't humble himself to the cycles of the earth, of the seasons of creation, and that he doesn't work with it. So we established that he is coming as a God within himself, a reflection of creation within himself, and he is having a sanctuary to produce the word. He is having a sanctuary to produce the life. He is planting the seeds. She is growing. Okay? So his sanctuary, when we talk about seduction of the sanctuary, I want us to be able to see it on all sides of things. We are one, not only just talking about I'm going up and I want to sexually entice somebody's wife to leave their husband and be with me. Because again, us sisters, we not out most of listen, I know it's a different time, okay, and we gotta be very specific today. But for the most part, we're not out here doing none of that. Okay? So, but as women, are we in sisterhood pulling women away from the sanctity of their marriages and relationships? Are we pulling them away from the sanctity of themselves? Are we encouraging that the sanctuary be not modest? Are we encouraging that it not be what it was intended to be, which is a space for growth and purity? Meaning, like, are we being antagonistic? Are we being pollutory? Like, we're polluting the sanctuary. Are we also, when it comes to the seduction of the wife, remember we said an investment. We're saying the sanctuary, we're saying what is needed, your foundation, your wholeness. Every man of God, every power source of creation needs a sanctuary, needs a temple, needs a place of worship that, yes, is in self, but a place to produce what is coming out of self. Okay? And are you taking that from him? And I'm talking in a society of mass incarceration. I'm talking in a society of mass pollution of the mind. Mass, what is it? Genocide. Okay, I'm talking in that. Are you taking these things away from him? Jobs that are wanting women to work. Oh, come in on the weekends, come in on the evenings, work, 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 make more money. Are you taking the sanctuary? Are you seducing the sacredness of the sanctuary? She's so tired when she gets home. She's so spent when she gets that the nurturer is plumped out. The nurturer has spent more time being the provider than the nurturer. Have you seduced the sanctuary? And I think as a society, especially as patriarchal as it is up in the red, white, and blue, and really the world at large greatly has patriarchal characteristics to it. But are they seducing the sanctuary? Oh, more shoes, more purses, more trips, more, come get more stuff. So, and then you're depleted as an educator and a nurturer of your home and your children. Is she depleted as a nurturer of self? Is she blinded in how she gives the fruit? If you exhaust the soil, what does it produce? If it lacks rain and water, if it lacks the appropriate tools for growth, what then is the earth? Have you seduced the sanctuary? Have you caused it to be inoperable? Have you caused it to be dysfunctional? Is it not itself? Does earth look more like man than it does like earth? Is it becoming selfish in nature? And I'm not saying that not saying that men are selfish per se, but I'm talking about the operation of land and man. We have a flow. We have a vibe. And is it becoming rigid? Is it becoming stagnant? Is it not fruitful? Is it not bountiful? Is it not adhering to the needs? Is it not warm when necessary? Is it not dark when necessary? You know what we're talking? We're talking about like the craziness. Or why does it look like this outside? Does it look like night when it should be day? Have we thrown off the sanctuary with seduction of be more like this, have more like this? Or have we honored it? Have we seen it? So when it comes to I have not seduced anyone's wife, we're talking about the earth and man. I have not seduced the sanctuary of things, the purity of things. I have not gone and changed that temple that is needed. How can the righteous man come to produce his goods, his prayers, his words, his miracles? And he has no place of safety. He has no place of sacredness, of divinity. You are a homeless prophet. Is that what you are? You are a begging. You are a begging. What is it? Messiah. A lowly pharaoh. You have nothing to bring the masses to. You have nothing to create. You have nothing to show. You are words. You are confusion, right? Because the world is in seduction of the sanctuary. And so we as individuals, and even those of us that were created in the wife form, we were created in the wife energy. We have the wife role. We are the earth to man. Are we seducing ourselves out of our sanctity? Are we moving ourselves out of the sacredness of our operations? Well, many of us don't even know our operations. Many of us don't even know what we are. I was talking to my daughter last night, my 5-year-old, beautiful. She found an acorn. I don't want to go looking for it, but I want to show it to you because it's pretty awesome. It was a huge acorn. She found it. She cracked it. She brought it home. And she was like, Mom, look at this acorn. And we were smelling it. Oh my God, it smells so good. I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It was so big. I've always seen these little ones, but it was big. So I was like, these are what squirrels eat, and da 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 da. We're talking about it. And she goes like, Mom, you need to go wash that off. We need to go eat this. I hope that, this is what she was saying, I hope that it's safe to eat. She's hoping that it's safe to eat the acorn that she found outside. Child, if you can eat a taki, you can eat a toy. Okay? I know you don't want to know if the acorn is safe, but the taki is toxic, okay? And what I'm saying is that many of us have been so in this space of this world that what is natural scares us. What is natural, or even if it doesn't scare us, it escapes us. We are so unnatural that what is natural escapes us. And where the sanctuary is foreign to us. And I'm saying that I want us to be in a place with this law. I have not seduced anyone's wife, where that which is sacred, that which is natural, that which is us, we are not afraid of it. We are not. I am a doula. Shout out to all my babies that I've helped deliver. Shout out to the mamas. I know some of them watch. I love you all. But my thing is, I've seen mamas afraid of breastfeeding, or afraid of, the sanctuary has been seduced. I have not seduced anyone's wife. Her natural function of being, the natural the sanctuary of having, I haven't taken that away from anyone. As the sanctuary has not taken it away from myself. I have not then solicited my sisters or other women to forget about themselves, to be away from themselves, to slobber or salivate over the looks of the times. Whether it is, BBLs and Brazilian weaves and what have you, whatever. Not saying that this is your choice, is your choice, your body. But I have not moved her away from the love of this. I have not moved her away from the sanctuary, from the love of it as it is. I have not allowed her or caused her or moved her to distort it, myself or the world or anyone else. So seducing the sanctuary is a big part of this. I have not seduced anyone's wife, including yourself in the wife form. Okay, now here comes the kicker. Okay, because we're gonna have a lot of kings on the line that's like, yes, yes, yes. Don't let anyone take your sanctuary. Do not, if I've worked in it, I've invested in it, and I poured into it, do not come and try to, in this dog eat dog world, this world of, I'm trying to think of, what is it called? I don't know why it's escaping me, girl. I'm in my prairie days. It's escaping me, but it's the like the corporate. It's like the most major corporate crime of, like, swindling money and taking things from corporations and undermining and overtaking, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just that whole time of things. Why are you up in there taking what people are building, what people are working for, what people are trusting in, what people are using and growing? Let people have. Do not be a shark of what's sacred. So seducing the sanctuary. So the brothers are probably gonna be like, you know what? Yes. Especially on this terms of, men being in the territorial spaces and their alpha spaces, and just being like, hey, that's mine. Stay up off of it. Back up off of it. Don't look at it. Don't talk to it. All these things, right? And I'm being facetious. I really hope nobody's doing all of that. But definitely being like, hey, I am protective of this. I am providing for this. I am standing guard over this that is mine, over these valuables, and this prized possession. Okay. 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 So, and he's gonna be like, yeah, go ahead, Harmony, go ahead with the I have not seduced anyone's wife. Tell people to mind, keep their hands to themselves. Well, let's get into this third one, okay? This law is talking about not seducing the sanctuary, but it is also talking about not taking away from the vitality of the wife vibration. Okay, taking away from the vitality of the wife vibration, even your own wife vibration. Now, that goes for us, wife forms, not taking away from our own, the vitality of that vibration, as well as a man taking away from the own vitality of his wife vibration. Because a lot of people want to get mad and say somebody took something that they had put up for sale. Okay, but let's go one step at a time. This third part of taking away the vitality of the wife vibration. In this society, the wife vibration is seen as, in this society, this investment of your wife comes off as like a property. A lot of times, it's like, I invested in this 5 years, 15 years. I poured into this. I've, I bought cars, and it's like an asset. It's like an investment property. I poured into this, and it is mine, and I want it to give back to me what I put into it. I put a lot of money and patience into this, and not for somebody to come and take it. Okay? We have a lot of that energy today, especially the men that are going out and buying implants and surgeries. And, it's like, I invested in this and it belongs to me. Do not take it, right? And that's this very Eurocentric, Western ideology, patriarchal way of looking at where I'm trying to get you to go, or where we're going together. And I don't even want to say Western. I think there's a number of cultures that are like, mine. I put the ring on it, and she's mine. And I chose her, and she's, she is mine. Right? I made this investment. I gave her my last name. She is my property. And when we hear this law, I have not seduced anyone's wife, it is being heard as, I have not come and took somebody else's property. I have not come and stay off my grass. Okay, I have not come in through someone's fence. And I'm saying, ooh, child, ooh, okay. I don't want us to look at things that way. I don't want us to see things that way. I want us to come from a divine perspective of this law. Again, not a territorial perspective of, I have not come and say, hey, does he treat you good? Does he love up on you? Because I can love up on you, because I can treat you good, right? We're not talking, this is very low vibrational and operation, okay? If that is how the marriage is going, trust me, you got some other stuff you got to deal with. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody coming in, okay? What I'm talking about on the divine side of things is when we're talking about the vitality of the wife vibration. We're talking about taking it away, taking away the investment, the wife vibration. So if a man prays, his words are the wife. Remember, the wife is the production. The wife is the production of the seed that's planted. His prayer is his wife. His if a man works, his tools, what he's working with to create. This is his wife. You're taking away the things that he has to create what he needs. right? He has baby batter for YouTube guidelines. He needs a space. He needs the oven. He needs the eggs. He needs the whole refrigerator to go on and make this person. And you are taking away more than his property, more than his investment, more than just like I signed my name on here. It is more like the wife vibration, what I use. So I want us to see that in the way of not even necessarily a physical woman, even though on the basic lines we are talking about a physical woman, but I'm talking about his prayer. Are you taking away someone's prayer? Are you taking their tools? Are you taking their inspiration? Are you removing from them their motivation? Are you exploiting and, marketing and, well, now we're doing this. We're not, stay single, don't get married. We got all these things. Are you seducing from this man? Are you taking from him? Are you luring from him? Are you conning from him or anyone? Are you conning from them that which is needed for the best production of self, for the best operation of self? So on the broader, more general side of things, are you taking things from anyone? Are you going up and say, "Oh, girl, yeah, come on, I like your, I want to be, I want to be your child's favorite this, or I want to," and I'm saying nothing is wrong with community. Nothing is wrong with having, the chemistry and nothing is wrong with having everyone be able to benefit from everything. But if you are trying to take it for yourself from someone, we're not trying to contribute to it. We're not trying to build onto it, because we all know there's all different forms of marriage, right? We definitely have polygamy. Like, there's all different forms, and monogamy is definitely not the only way to be married, right? And there's arranged marriages, and then there's falling in love, and there's all types of things. But what I'm talking about now is the intention behind when you are going in to get, when you are going in to be a part of, when you are going in to create. Are you going into someone's sanctuary? Are you going into work to take people's positions? Are you trying to not be your best self, not grow into your best self, but you are again coveting, you are being envious, you are being facetious, you are being deceptive in your gains of things from others. This is when our ancestors saying, don't do that. Don't. I have not, and we know that with all the affirmations, they start out as a proclamation at the beginning of the day. I have not seduced anyone's wife. And then they are a declaration as we go ahead and go on and lay it on down. And we say, guess what, world? Guess what, creator? Guess what, universe? Guess what, self? I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not misled any sisters of mine. I have not misled or taken myself away from my sanctuary. I have not gone after something that was sacred and good for someone for myself. Or even I have not taken my sanctuary for granted for the brothers. I have not gone and destroyed which was sacred. I have not gone and put this and treated the sanctuary as a strip club. I have not treated it as the boom boom room, the spot, the bowling alley, the Walmart. I have treated it as such. And I have not gone and seduced the sanctuary into things beneath itself, things away from itself, its operation. I have seen it as it is, and I have honored it as it is. I have expounded upon it. I have nurtured it. I have protected it. I have not abandoned it. I have not destroyed it. I have not polluted it. Excuse me. On all levels, right? On all the levels of us being able to say, I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not separated man from land within myself or for anyone else. All right, thank you all. This has been a moment. We got to go and cheer on Cash. Cash Con, we're on our way to cheer you on. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me for another magical moment of harmony. I cannot wait until next week. The weeks are moving so fast. I should probably stop saying I can't wait until next week because I'm waking up in this next week. So let's say this. I look forward to another moment with you. Same time, same place, next week, for another moment of harmony. Please go ahead and take really, really, really good care of yourself. Love up on yourself. Nurture yourself. Heal yourself. Be true to yourself. Protect yourself. Provide for yourself. Give self what's needed. And then go on out your way to take really good care of someone else. We gonna go take care of Cash Con. We love you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Winter is around the corner, child. Y'all see how time is moving. Okay, so enjoy this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for this moment. I've enjoyed you, and I will see you next week.